So we're back. As you guys run in the woods, all of you are rushing as fast as you can, but making sure to keep up with Soul, who is carrying the body of Gundren. We're gonna make in the forest. We're gonna make a couple of rolls and to just check um, if I get a hold of you. So, what's your stealth as a team? So, Ubas, what's your stealth?
11.
Okay. And Ailey, how much is your stealth?
14.
Galian
10.
and Usama?
13.
Okay. So your average is 12. Okay. So I'm gonna try to see who's gonna roll for the team. One of you has to roll for the team.
I'd say Ailey.
I'm able to roll a
I'm-
1 for this. If
I
you want.
I have a headache.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, so you guys stick to the trees, try to move around the bushes, and try to make the least noise possible. You could feel around you the goblins running and trying to catch you. You know, like they entered the forest as well. They are looking for you. You can hear them scream at each other in Goblin, but you are able to avoid their attention as you head back slowly but carefully towards Phandalin. All right. So on that, the team. So for the team, you are going to get 24 experience points. So please add 24 experience points.
24, huh?
Yes. 24. 24.
Then
And what's that?
Level up. Level up. Yay.
Yeah, there is no level up now, but like at
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
end of
know.
the session. Sure. Okay, so you guys, as I said, you leave, you make your way back to Phandalin. You leave the forest, the Tresendar forest, and you start following the road back to Phandalin. As you leave the forest, you're moving more hastily towards Phandalin because you want to bring back Gundren and help him. So by about 6 p.m., you reach the small village as the night is falling. It's slowly falling. It's not. No, it's the sun is starting to set. It sets out about 7 p.m. ish. So, is there anything you wanted to do on your way back?
In Phandalin, I immediately rush for the tavern.
No. On your way back before you get to Phandalin.
No.
I'm just giving you a chance in case there is something you wanted to do.
I want to try to talk and tell everyone about the gold pieces I found and the bedrolls and a ration of food.
Same, I share that when we looked at it for the room, we found those 3 potions. 2 seem to be healing potions, and 1 seems to be energy.
Yeah, and I say, yeah, we can split those and talk about those once Gundren is in a stable condition, because I cannot think at the moment. That's what I say.
That's fair.
I smile. And I'm thinking, but I'm not going to say what I'm thinking. I just smile.
Okay, so the two, like if that's everything, then you guys reach Phandalin, as I said earlier, as the sun is slowly setting. You could see at the village entrance, you could see Ernest, Darren, and Lean standing there. as you guys get in. You could see them. They have a little bit of injuries, so they've fought. Surprisingly, Lynn doesn't have any on his body. And as they see you coming, and carrying Gundren's, Ernest steps towards you, and he says, "Oh my God,
Ernst.
you were able to retrieve him."
Yeah, but it's too soon. It's too soon, Ernst. We need to take him to the fastest heater or medic or whatever. Here, he's been stabbed.
We shouldn't do this. How about you guys take him to the inn? Put him in my room. I will run as fast as I can to Adabra and bring her.
Okay, so
There.
I'll run. That's the first thing I do before everybody else. I'm sorry, we're in a hurry here.
Okay, so you rush there. Are you guys following him? Are you guys going with him to the inn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole party goes to the inn. Excuse me, Darren follows you as well, while Ernest heads towards Adabra. So you get inside of the village of Phandalin. You push the door of the Stonehill Inn, and Tobalin looks at you, like a little worried as he sees you carrying, like this body. And then after you guys tell him of what's what's going on, he points you towards where the Ernest's bed is, and they bring you some water as you put him in Ernest's bed.
Yep.
Is there anything you want to do? Are you going to stay there, or are you?
Is there anything I can do as with my first skills, like
That's the best that you can do as of this point.
Yep.
Usama, you can roll your physician now if you'd like to.
Okay. Can I roll it with any sorts of?
What are you trying to do first?
So Ernest said that he went to get Adabra, who's known, right? So any with my set of knowledge, anything that I can do to get a head start on.
Okay, so you're trying to analyze the situation. Use your physician skill. You have a bonus of 10%. So use it and tell me what you get there.
Okay, I'm successful. 13.
Okay, so you examine him. You could feel now as you put your hand on his throat. You could feel the pulse. It's still faint. It's faint, but you have to focus. But earlier you focused pretty hard and you couldn't hear it. So at least this is an improvement. So you could feel that, and you think in your mind that it may have the stab may have missed a vital organ by a little bit. All you need, right now is the person needs as much recovery as possible, and he's probably going to need some serious medical care. It's not going to be just potions. Like potions cannot restore, missing organs or like severe heart or something like that. They just can't. So in your professional judgment, this is the best that can be done right now. Now there are some, there are some form of potions that can do that, but that's definitely not the healing potions you gotta drink, because they don't even help with like fixing wounds. This is an even higher level than fixing wounds.
Am I able to tell what kind of supplies we would need?
Not exactly, but some that could, not all of them, but some that could be useful in the process.
So if I know that, I want to go get them if I can, so that.
Okay. So where are you going to?
And I share that with the group, right? Whatever I'm discovering, I said, okay, so I can feel his pulse now. Looks like he's going to need a whole lot of recovery. I don't think we're equipped to deal with this level of an injury for him. In my professional judgment, we need fill-in-the-blank supplies. Maybe it would be beneficial if we can provide, if we can source them until Adabra gets here. Maybe she'll need some of them.
I have the gold pieces that I collected. If you guys want me to go and use that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go and help you out carrying.
Okay, so where are you headed?
I'm assuming Barthen's is where we're.
Barton's provision.
I'm asking actually on the way down. I'm asking
Toblin?
Toblin and whoever I run into that I know from the inn, his wife, or if they know where I can find those supplies.
They say, well, I'm not sure I understand. No, sorry, that's Harbin. Let's switch back to Toblin. So Toblin is like, well, I am not sure what I can, what some of these may be at. I would assume it will be with Adabra, but I think probably Toblin could help you.
Yeah. So, so shall we go? Shall we go, ID, to Toblin?
Yep.
Okay, so the two of you head to Toblin. Galleon, what do you do?
Come with them.
You don't want to finish your healing? I'm just kidding. Okay, so you follow them. So you follow
I'll
them.
finish later.
Yeah, that's what she said. Okay, so the three of you.
All right,
head
I'm
to,
out.
So the three of you head to talk to. Sorry, it's not Toblin. You head to Elmar Barthen's provision.
Yes.
Yeah. So the three of you head to Barthen's provision. As you get in, Elmar Barthen comes to greet you, and I'm assuming you inform him of the items you need. Do you tell him that Gundren is injured?
Yes, I tell him. We found Gundren. He's very injured. We need this to save his life.
Oh my God, this is very bad. Can I see you? So what are you looking for? So you tell him what you need, like some herbs and some stuff like that. He tells you, I can provide you with the following items. So he's going to give you, some alcohol. He's going to give you some herbs, but he doesn't have everything that you guys are asking for. And then he tells you you don't need to pay for this. This is for Gundren. It's fine. Him and I do a lot of business together, so it's okay.
Thank you. And
So sweet.
All right, so you guys then head back to.
I tried to hug him. Okay. Good job.
He's a little weirded by what just happened. He's like, yes. Good.
Are you
yes.
assaulting him? Did you ask for consent?
with consent.
With consent, please.
Shit. Yeah, and as you do that, you can hear one of his helpers, Anders, one of his helpers, the skinny guy called Ander. He was like, "Why do I never get hugs?" Anyway, so then you leave and you go back to the Stonehill Inn, and you join Faye and you give her all the items that you have collected from Barthen's provisions. After about a little more than an hour, the door opens. The door of Ernest's bedroom opens, and he enters with Adabra. She inquires about what happened. Do you guys give her the rundown?
Give her the rundown. Tell her what I've assessed from my limited knowledge and the stuff that we've procured already.
She says, "Okay, well, thank you very much. I will. Please, you guys can leave as I am going to be working this." Oh, and after she hears what you say, Faye, she says, "So you do have a little bit of experience in medicine, do you? Do you not?"
I do.
Okay, if you'd like, you could stay by my side as we're going to try to help him, but you don't have to do that.
I would love to help.
Okay, so you're going to stay with her as she's going to work on him, and she asks the rest of you to leave.
I asked Faye if she wants us to take her armor to the blacksmith or something to repair it.
That's possible, but it's right now it's like closer to 8 p.m.
Yeah, okay.
So
okay.
they are closed.
Ah, okay. Good.
I asked Kadabra, are we going to be here a few days or?
I do not know, dear. We're gonna have to assess and see what we can do.
I tell you, Galleon, that would be very helpful. I would not be needing my armor here as we provide care for Gundren. But can you check back in maybe tomorrow?
Yeah, I will
once
do
we
that.
more? Thank you.
All right, sounds good. So the three of you leave as Adabra closes the door behind. You can see Ernest is sitting at the table with Darren. The two of them are chatting as he sees you coming. He stands up. You guys join them, and he is like, "This was very stressful, but I'm very thankful to you guys. At least he's still alive."
This is Darren.
No, this is
Ernest, you mean?
Ernest.
Yeah, okay. Cause okay.
That was a close call.
Yeah, it was insane. We actually barely escaped from the castle when the reinforcement came back because we spent too much time trying to stabilize Gundren after we found it getting set.
So what happened? Tell me what happened.
So the thing is that I think Faye knows more details, but as far as I know, while we
So you tell him. Are you going to tell him your perspective of what happened at the castle?
Okay.
All right. So you sit there and you tell him, you run him through through your steps and what happened there. You know, the battles and fighting King Groll. Are you going to talk about the king and the elf lady?
Yes.
As well. Okay. So you
Yes.
And the
explain
door,
that to
and the
him.
door, and the door.
Yeah. The reinforcement coming back and the door getting broken. And he says, "Well, that is impressive. I'm very glad to see that you guys are still alive. I would have been very heartbroken if you were caught by the goblins reinforcements. We tried to hold them and to attract their attention as much as possible, and I think we've been quite successful.
Yes.
What we didn't expect is that they had other raiding parties around, so they didn't just send reinforcements from the castle. There were raiding parties that were calling to the raiding parties to come and to drop to our point where we were. Lynn used some pretty scary magic to keep us at bay, because once one of us was in melee, it was then very dangerous because we would be slowed down. So we had to be nimble. He used his undead creatures to hold them and slow them as we could move around. Darren sitting there says, yes, wicked magic, but he's also a very smart magician. I didn't know that you could have a necromancer who fights on the side of people. That is a very foreign notion to me.
Yes. Two. Yeah.
And then the two of them start talking about some of the battles, like, and how they attacked and how the first outpost, like, they pretty much got rid of everyone very fast in the first outpost and let a couple of goblins flee. But once they attacked the second outpost, and they did some pretty good cleanup there, and they were on their way to the third outpost, that's where they were surrounded, attacked, like goblins sitting in the trees and shooting with arrows as hobgoblins attack to get to get them pinned down. And then there were a few bugbears that also came that were parts of a raiding party, probably, that came and flanked them on the side. Darren was able to kill about 3 of them, but they had to move because as long as he was slowed, they could they could just draw on him in numbers.
Yep.
So anyway, they started talking to you about that. And as they are talking, Trulina comes in at one point and asks you if you would like dinner and drinks.
Yes, and also would like to book some rooms for the night so that we can also pay for all of that at the same time.
Okay, so it's 5 gold pieces per room, and it's 2 gold pieces, 1 for lunch and 1 for a drink for whoever wants that.
Yeah, I look at item, like, shall we take it from that pile?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so please do the math. It's It's 5, 6, or 7 gold pieces per person.
7 times
except-
4.
7 times 4, that's 20. No, that's 28.
All right, I give him the 28 from the gold that I found.
Okay, got you. And as we do that, Trina also goes to. Oh no! As you guys do that, you could see Ernest also gives her more gold pieces, and asks for food as well for Adabra. So as she brings the food for Adabra and for Faye, he asks her to take those portions to his room for Adabra and Faye. So Faye, you two are gonna get dinner. It's a soup and warm bread and some veggies on the side. So you can eat that. It's gonna be about 1d6 HP MPEP that you guys can regenerate. You can roll it now or later, but just know that you got a d6 to roll for that. And anyway, so the conversation goes, and he keeps explaining, and you guys update each other. And then he says, "Well, I'm very thankful for everything you guys have done. I really hope that Gundren is gonna feel better. I think I'm gonna get another room where I'll spend the night. And then hopefully tomorrow things is a better day."
Yeah, let's hope for that, indeed.
So at that point, Darren takes his leave and heads out. And Ernest, he pulls Toblan. He walks to Toblan and then pays him for another room. You guys are still sitting there. Is there anything you want to discuss on your own, the three of you? There are a few patrons around you in here.
Yeah, no, so I just look at Gallian and Ivy. I'm like, that was a close one. At one point, I thought we were done for.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a close call.
Yeah.
At one point, I thought Gundren was done for.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, that's for sure. That was, I think, the most extreme close call we had yet. So let's try to make it the last time, and like for our next adventures. If you want, ID, since we're waiting for Gundren to be better, we can at least
Pardon my intrusion, dear friend. You hear that from behind, and you say, "I'm very, very sorry to interrupt your conversation, but I couldn't help myself. Are you the adventurers that saved Phandalin from the Red Brands?" So you turn as you hear this voice, and you see this relatively young, about the same age as your character, Sol. It's a human, a handsome man. He is about 1.80 meters tall, bronze skin, short, curled black hair. He has a well-trimmed goatee and seductive hazel eyes. He's wearing what looks like a green and brown light leather armor, carrying a bag on his shoulder, and you could see that he has this rapier on his side. He smiles at you after saying this. You did notice that he, as you turn to him, he was sitting on the table next to you for a little while now. When you got in here, you noticed that this man was sitting there. And as he says this to you.
Depends who is asking.
Roberto di Barrazi, at your service. And he bows as he says that. And in the same movement, as swiftly as he did it, he grabs Eileen's hand and he kisses it. And then he lets go of her hand.
I'm like, do you know a guy named Roberto Baggio? Because that was so
Baggio.
close.
It's Roberto Barrazi.
You have a little ponytail or something, no?
Is it De Barrazi or just
That's my
Barrazi?
brother. My brother is Roberto Baggio. No, he's like, no, Roberto Barrazi.
Okay, yes, Roberto. It's we're the one who at least reduced
Yes.
the number.
Make a cool test. Make a cool test.
Wait, let me see. Instead of cool, isn't it charisma?
Oh, I'm so cool.
Not you, Galia. Nobody asked you
Ah,
for doing it.
fuck.
What's your total
It
of
was for
cool,
me.
Jess?
26.
Okay.
Is it cool or charisma?
No, it's cool that she has to roll. So, like, although you appreciated the gesture of grabbing your hand and kissing it, you're like, who the fuck? In your mind, for a second, you're like, but who the fuck do you think to grab my hand without my permission? That's what you thought for a second there.
I didn't
Okay.
ask for consent.
Yeah.
So, what were you saying, Yubas?
I said, yeah, we're the group who actually managed to strike down.
Wonderful, wonderful. Everyone in town speaks highly of your heroic deeds. The 4 strangers that stood against the evil bandits, the dwarf with the white hammer, the noble, ferocious warrior who can cleave people in half like down, the mage elf. Wait, he looks around and he says, I thought you were 40.
Yeah, the third one is caught up trying to save someone's life.
Oh, I am very sorry to hear this. And yet, we have the awkward yet deadly ranger here as well. Quite the group, I must say. But you do look more impressive than the rumors, I must accept. So,
People are saying I'm awkward.
oh yeah, I'm sure those are weird people as well. I mean, they are probably not understanding the beauty in the awkwardness and wow, your hair. I think it is. It looks good. Like with
Never
the
mind.
eyes and what is that? An owl. Very interesting. He sees Aya flying behind you, waving her.
That's our 5th member.
Oh, well. Does she have a name?
Yes, she
Your
does.
5th member.
Yeah, yes, she does. I need. You want to tell him?
I don't know. I don't know you.
Roberto Di Barasi.
But
Nice to meet you.
This is Aya. So
Aya,
how long have you been here?
I actually just came to the village of Phandalin. More specifically, to be honest with you, looking for you.
oh, what for?
Well, your reputation precedes you, and I would like to see if you could do me a service.
Oh, okay. Can I do an analysis check to see? Like from his clothing, he seems to be like a seasoned fighter, right?
From his clothing, he looks like an adventurer, but if you look at his, he has a rapier. A rapier is not a typical weapon, and it's not a cheap weapon, especially in this side of the country.
Okay, and I did notice how fast he caught the hand of Ailey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tell him, you don't seem to be needing any help, as your reflexes and also the fact that you're using a rapier tell me that you're a sharp fighter yourself.
Oh, me coming to you for help doesn't put in question my capabilities, but I cannot be anywhere at 2 or 3 different places at the same time. Sometimes I need people to go and carry out things.
And you said you came all the way to Phandalin, so where are you originally from, may I ask? Here, have a sit.
As the name says it, Di Barasi.
Oh, okay.
And you know that Barasi is a country to the south of the Broken Kingdoms, and you know that they have this kind of accent. They look also like this. Other than that, for you, Yubas, you don't know a lot of things. You can try to make an intelligence roll to see if you can recognize anything. However, if you have common lore, academic knowledge, you can make a test to try to gather any information in that about Barasi.
I only have the intelligence, so.
Are you gonna do something like that?
Yeah.
You want to do something?
Yep. So it's 10. No, sorry. What the fuck did I do? It's 13 plus 12. That's 25.
So you think about it. You heard about Barazi. It's definitely a powerful country, again to the south. But to the best of your knowledge, like you should have probably listened more carefully when you were educated.
Okay.
You haven't. Well, the only thing you do know is they are not led by a king, which is abnormal to you.
You're from that country that's without king, but that's all I know about Barazi.
Well, yes. Barazi is very, very, very big, and we have the best soldiers and the best people, the best women too. No offense. He looks at you, Eiley, and he says, "No offense."
None taken.
So you came all the way from Barazi just looking for us?
No. I am. Or your question was, where are you from? And I told you
Yeah.
I'm from Barazi. I am a traveler. I travel a lot. As a matter of fact, I'm a mercenary.
You're a mystery. Okay, just like us. I see.
Working for coin.
Yeah, just like all of us. Like honest work. And so tell me, what can we do you for?
I would love to tell you, but he looks around to the left and right and he says, "This matter is a little delicate. If you do not mind, would it be possible to have this conversation in a more private setting?"
You mean now, or do you want another day?
Oh, the sooner the better.
I look at the guys and I see that we're pretty beat and we're pretty tired. I think it would be better if we can talk tomorrow, if you don't mind, given that we just came back from a perilous journey.
Oh, sure. That is not a problem. I do have to be at a different location by the end of the night, unfortunately.
I
would really appreciate it. And I can see that you're not, you have injuries all over your body, etc. But would it be fine if we speak at the marketplace? It's very close. And I think at this time, there is not a lot of people around there.
I look at the group, it's like, are you guys okay with it? Galleon, ID.
Okay.
I'm gonna whisper. How do we know he's not gonna ambush us? We don't know him. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I guess, yeah. But I guess three of us should be okay.
Of course, I will go with you guys. I won't.
Of course. Thank you. It is decided. Then let's walk there. And
I was whispering. I'm sorry, I meant to whisper. Shoot, Eiley, again?
Who's this Eiley you speak of?
That's fine. Galleon, shall we?
Yeah. Let's do this.
Let's make it quick.
All right, so the four of you make your way. He throws a few coins on his table to pay for the food and the drinks he has had. You can see that he's probably had like 6 drinks there. So as a group leaves, you make your way to around the same location where the shrine is. And you can see there is almost nobody in the streets. You can see the lights from inside some of the houses. And he stands in there. There's a little breeze that comes out, and he says, well, thank you very much for coming here and for willing to speak with me. I would like to thank you very much for this. And I will go directly to business. I'm speaking to you today on behalf of my last employer, the Silent Spider. I think you are very knowledgeable of him, it seems like. Correct?
Yeah.
No, wait.
Oh, maybe, perhaps.
Are you an assassin?
What?
What?
Are you an assassin?
And it says, what? And he says, what? No, no such a thing. If I am an assassin, I would have probably, well, if I was a good assassin, well, if I decided to pursue
You
a
take
career,
way too long to answer the simple question.
decided to took a career in assassination, I would probably try to avoid talking to you or building any relationship. Probably poisoning you would be a great thing, you know, like in the drinks you had or the food. But I'm not, no, to answer your question, no. I
So
am
you're a
but a
double
mess-
agent.
I am but a messenger.
Okay. Do tell. What's the message?
Yes, I am here exclusively to parlay. There is no need for fighting. I'm nothing more than a messenger, as I said. Well, on behalf of my last employer, you have been meddling with his business, and he is very, very, very upset by your, how should I put this, achievements. You have stopped him from getting access to Wave Echo Cave, destroyed the Red Brands, whom he hired to keep Phandalin in check, and even dealt a severe blow to his Goblin allies based on the recent development and on hearing you boasting about it at the inn. I mean, to be honest with you, that fake frontal attack followed by the sneaking dagger in the back was very brilliant. I don't know who came up with that strategy, but that was very, very brilliant. So, at the end of the day, the Silent Spider would like to know an answer to one question. What is your price?
No.
Is it 500 gold piece, 1,000 gold piece, 2,000 gold piece, maybe 1,000 each? How much would you like to have to pack your bags and leave Phandalin? Maybe take a vacation to Minisport or Hammerhall.
I think we're past that point.
Yep.
Why? Is it personal for you?
It started as a business, then it became personal.
Look, I got 2 bedrolls in my bag. I'll give them to you, and you can take them and maybe find one of your things that's not good enough, and then just go.
I would love to take one of your bedrolls, but I think you need it more than me. After all, you have not taken a shower in the last 500 years. I mean, 500 days or so. But I do appreciate the kind gesture. It's fine if you do not want to parlay with my previous employer. I can take your message to him. I just wanted to make sure that things don't get to more bloodier than what they are already.
When you say previous employer, you keep saying it that way. Are you saying that you don't work for him? And then why are you being a messenger?
Well, I worked for him for, it is a complicated question. To you, the Silent Spider may sound like one of those one-dimensional villains in the songs and story, but he is a more complex figure. He's loyal to his word and genuinely cares about his friends and family. I speak from experience, as I have been by his sides for the last 8 years. However, things have changed. Let's just say that. I am no longer employed by the Silent Spider. After 8 years of being... What's that?
But you still do his bidding.
Well, after 8 years of being by his side and carrying many of his requests, I feel like my debt to him has been fully repaid. In fact, I believe it was repaid about 3 years ago. Nonetheless, I kept working under him as I respected the man. However, I have been perturbed by some of his most recent behaviors. Yes, we are mercenaries. Sometimes people call us gangsters, but we always acted with a morality code. A gray code, but a code nonetheless. Regrettably, this pursuit of Wave Echo Cave has led to many violations of that code, and I couldn't take any more of those. So, I asked to leave. He tried to convince me to change my mind, and I could see the sadness in his eyes, but I was determined. Before we parted, he took my advice and asked me to negotiate with you a bloodless end to this conflict. And this is my last mission for the Silent Spider, and that is why I'm here.
So how much would it cost for you to say you never found us?
Well, that would be extremely stupid because he knows already that you are in Phandalin. He has eyes everywhere
And why you?
because he trusts me.
Is he the kind of person to just let his subordinates quit on him?
He says, I am here in front of you, and I believe that is the case. And we're not subordinates, we're friends.
Oh, I see. Well, that's good to know. But he has done, like you said, some very shady means to an end. That
Well,
we do not
haven't we
agree with.
all done some very more or less gray things, I would say?
Yeah, for sure. But one makes decisions on these gray matters, and ours is pretty set in stone.
I don't like this. I don't trust you. I don't like you. I don't like the way you talk. You're pissing me off. What
Galleon?
am I gonna do?
Galleon?
Yeah.
Galleon. He's just a messenger. You don't need to, you know?
Oh,
That's fine.
well.
So, yeah. So thank you, Roberto. But I don't think you will find any different answer than what we said already.
I'm gonna try to moonwalk back to the inn.
Okay.
He says, well, that... So there is no way to come to an agreement where we could end this, end this belligerence between the two parties here. No.
Well, if your master surrenders, yeah, maybe.
Or you could
Will
join
we
us.
do that?
Well, I think you are overestimating your capabilities by saying that he will surrender to you. Why would he surrender to you? If
Because-
anything, it makes
because-
sense to you to do the contrary because you are for mercenaries who have been hired for gold.
Yeah.
So he wants to pay you gold, so you go on the next adventure.
But
Tell me, who is Gundren Rockseeker? Who is he?
who is he? He's a fellow dwarf. That's who
Okay,
he
and
is.
what else? And what else?
That's enough for me.
What's the name of his children? What's the name
I
of his
don't
wife?
give a
Does he
damn.
have?
I
Do you know
don't
if he
give
killed
a damn.
anybody in a bad way? Do you know if he has ever killed another dwarf? What do you know about him to want to risk everything?
Don't
Other than this is a role-playing game,
care.
Fourth wall breaking.
Yeah, but
all we need to
that's
know
what
is
he's
that
asking.
all
Yeah,
we
but,
need to know is that he is cared for, and he is cared for by more than just other dwarves. And I just don't think I think we're just going to continue to go around in circles.
I am just trying to understand and to come to a better resolution than bloodshed. That is why I am here.
I'll tell
I
you
think-
why.
Yes.
So we came into this journey trying to fulfill a mission, only to find Phandalin being held hostage by a group called Red Brands, which in turn also is in a relation with the Silent Spider. And then this guy comes in, which is Galleon, on a drunk night, walk his back, and who ganks him up? Again, the Red Brands, just to beat him up 1 versus 4. That's the first step of being personal. Then you got other areas, such as Gundren getting stabbed instead of during the interrogation and tortured in order for them to get a certain scroll from a fucking mage who just doesn't give a shit about anybody's life, just to find this fucking forge of spells. I'm sorry, is this not enough?
God, my
brutality for you?
God, your mouth is very horrible. But I expected more dignified behavior
There
from
isn't-
somebody like you. But I
Dignity
understand
is-
the anger. I
Yeah.
understand the anger. At the same time, based on my understanding, you have sliced and diced all those people who have
And I'll do it again.
inflicted harm. No,
And I'll do
inflicted
it-
harm on Galleon. Where does justice stop? You have already gotten your justice. What do you want? You
Well,
have-
no.
There were
The
only
justice
there were
stops
only
when
pawns.
the
There were only
guy
pawns in the
surrenders.
game. There
Or dies.
are only pawns within the game. We need to kill the king of this game, which is the Silent Spider, because everything points back to him.
Yeah. Sorry, your master has to surrender, so otherwise I don't give a damn about your money. And I walk back.
I'm having tea with Adabra.
Yeah. Delicious. The two of you are like delicious.
Who is it, Adabra?
He says,
and
well,
I
that is,
walk back I say out loud, and then he he's the one trying to convince us to make a deal. We don't give a damn, and I rumble on working.
that's fine.
I have one question for you, Roberto, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Why does he want to negotiate now? Why did he start with the aggressive side of things before he knew about us from the get-go? Why did he talk now? Is it because he's scared?
Oh, he's scared. Oh, is he scared?
That is a very interesting way to put it. No, he is talking to you now because I have convinced him to try to take a less bloody resolution to this. He wants, he wants to take care of business. You guys are in his business. He wants Wave Echo Cave. You guys are not allowing him to have Wave Echo Cave. Therefore, he sees you as an obstacle, so he has to X the obstacle. The same way you see him as an obstacle. Hello,
Okay.
what did you want to say? So, therefore, he has tried to get rid of you, but then I told him that not every time you have to get rid completely of somebody who is in conflict with you. Sometimes you can come to more diplomatic resolutions. It doesn't always have to come to the sword.
Yeah, you're right. Tell me something. Do you know a mage elf that specializes in ice?
He sits there for a moment and then he says, yes, female age, a snobby dark elf with who fancies magic and mockery alike. Very easy on the eye, though, I must say.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you have met Vieris. Yes.
Fierit. Does she work for the Silent Spider as well?
Yes. He says in a way.
In a way. Tell me
So
something,
he
Rodrigo.
says, based on your conversation, and if I think about this, you have probably met Vieris while she was at Kragma Castle, since you guys have attacked Kragma Castle. I have not seen her since she left early this morning.
Yeah.
What happened to her?
I ponder and I tell you, you've been honest with me, so I'll be honest with you. I think she got something for the Silent Spider.
Did she leave?
Yes.
Good. So his plans are probably going to be carried.
Well, you can't just start with that and not finish. What plans?
Well, the plans. In other words, he is going for Wave Echo Cave. You should know by now.
So he's there. He's there. There's not a
Well,
step
no.
before
If
that?
if Vieris is going back, that means she has the map.
So as your next, since he's your ex-employer, does it still count as a betrayal if you tell us why does he need Wave Echo Cave so much? To kill people just to get it?
He stops there for a second and thinks. He looks at you. Make a persuasion roll.
Okay. Persuasion. Okay.
And roll with advantage. You
Oh.
have been truthful with him so far.
21.
Yeah, he has a 20. You rolled a 20. So he looks at you, he says, let's just say it is very, very important to him that Wave Echo Cave is controlled by him.
A man or woman of determination. I can respect that.
So I'm assuming this is it. There is no room for negotiation at all.
I believe so.
That is a shame, but at least I have come to speak to you, and I appreciate you being able to talk to me, accepting this conversation, and telling me your perspective. I wish you the best of luck. I will be leaving, hopefully never to return to Phandalin or this cursed land.
Thank you,
And
Robert.
as he's about to leave, he stops for a second, turns and says, "One more question. Let me think. When you got rid of the red brands, did you come across a rather large individual? Sounds a bit slow, a bald man, a bit fluffy, with anger management issues, you know, the
Little
type
Pinky?
that swings first." Yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
that's exactly who he is. What happened to that man?
Unfortunately, we had to put him down.
His facial expression changes a bit. You know, he
Oh.
looks very saddened by the information, and
Roberto Baggio, no.
he says the poor bastard, always loyal till the end. It is unfortunate. It is very unfortunate. He says, "I'm afraid that this would have been what would have happened. Unfortunately, now, even if I negotiate with the spider, it wouldn't be on the table anymore. You have killed one of his children, and he will want revenge. Now, it is personal for both of you. It's personal for you, but it's also personal, very personal for him." And as he's about to leave, he also says, you know, he doesn't look at you and walks his way. He says, "It is also very personal for me." He says, "Little Pinky was a brother." And he says, "But I choose to stop the bloodshed. And I choose to leave. And not seek revenge." He leaves. He walks away towards the exit of Phandalin, carrying his bag on his back. All right. What do you do?
We head back to the inn.
All right. So you guys head back to, well, Galen is already sitting there chugging more beers or something like that.
Yep.
As you guys join him, do you update him on the information or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a waste of time. We killed the guy, he would have known, and he would have come back for us. We could have taken the money at least. Too bad.
It's not a waste of time. We learned the name.
Yeah, well.
And we know what. Yeah, I mean, we know.
Yeah,
we know if she's in relation with her. Yeah, we knew, confirmed that at least she's in relation, because it could have been a third party at play. You never know.
Yeah,
so that's the first thing.
Right.
The second thing, we know that Little Pinky is related directly to the Silent Spider, which seems Roberto is also related to him. So I think it's been quite fruitful when it comes to information. We also know that we're quite, we're quite the threat. He knows about us, so
we could have made a deal, taken
No
the
deal.
money, and then
Galleon?
lied about Little Picky.
Galleon?
Let me check my beer.
There is one thing. There is no Lean is not around, right? He's always in his awkward place in the plains, right? I assume.
He doesn't feel comfortable in Phandalin. He is out.
Yeah. Because I wanna bring him food if that's not too much, but we can skip it if you just for the check. I don't want to talk to him. I just don't want him to feel alone, or at least if he has to leave, to say goodbye.
Are you gonna take food to him?
Yeah.
To where he was camping last time?
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure to take the gold out, and then you take some food and you leave. Rest of the team, what do you do? Galen and Irie.
So here's the money for the food.
Thanks.
How much was it again? 5?
1 gold.
Oh, 1 gold.
Yeah.
And I might come with you.
Oh, sure. Do you want to come, Galen, as well?
Galleon.
If you're bored.
I will finish my
Healing.
my injury, my
Oh.
healing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you go to your bed and finish the healing, and I'm assuming after that you're gonna sleep. Is that what you're gonna do?
What time is it?
By this point, I would say it's about 9 p.m.
Let me check how much I have left. Where is it? Oh, I read the book of alchemy for the 2 last hours.
Okay,
until
so you're
11
gonna
and
go
then go to sleep.
upstairs. You're gonna restart from scratch the bandaging. So that's
Yeah.
gonna take you an hour at 10, and then 2 hours after that, that's midnight. So at midnight. Okay, and then you're gonna go to bed after that, right?
Yeah. Do I
Okay.
roll right now the kit so that's done?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is there any
So-
roll that you have to do?
Yeah,
kit?
it's 1d6 plus 4 for HP, MP, and EP.
Okay, roll a d6.
5 plus 4. Okay, so it's 9.
Plus 9.
Okay.
Okay, so you go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, you, Bess, and Mud, the two of you take the food and go to see Lynn, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you had you take some of the soup and the veggies, and you take a big loaf of bread, and you head here. You could see that he's still at the top of that hill. There is a small little bedroll there, and he's standing by it when you guys show up, and he says, "The night is beautiful here."
Yes, it's quite a sight. I've been here before for a ritual.
The game master says it was not here; it was on the other side. But it's nice because your character doesn't have a sense of orientation. I love it. So he's like, yes, I could feel the energy. He says around here, and then he says, he looks at you guys and he says, "I will be taking my leave tomorrow,
Morning, midday, night.
probably in the morning. I
Okay.
will go and look for more of these towers."
You need another bedroll? Because I got one. I got 2.
I really appreciate this, but as you can see, I already have mine. Thank you, though, for your offer.
And I give him the food, obviously. Here, I thought you'd get hungry.
He says, "Oh, that is very kind of you. Thank you very much." And he bows to you.
So, after you, thanks a lot because I mean, you could have not helped us this much to this extent. So, I think I promise you the least I could do from here on out is to fight the stigmatization of necromancers, especially differentiate the Shiwanli creed from the rest of the necromancers, because our 2 partners, Ernst and Darren, noticed that firsthand, and they just told us what you guys did, and yeah, you really changed my mind on how I see the view of necromancers, and I think I need to spread that message as well.
I appreciate this. Thank you. He bows again to you.
Do you need anything?
No. I will bid you farewell, since I will not see you before tomorrow's sunrise. But I also would like to say that it has been an honor to work with you. You have been very honorable people. Carried your word, and I appreciate that.
The honor was ours.
Hopefully, we meet again in better conditions.
Hopefully so. I look forward to it.
I will remember you, Soul, ID, Galleon, and Faye.
We will remember you as
Best
well,
of luck.
Lin Zhao.
He bows. As you're leaving, he says something to Ailey. He says, "Ailey, Be very careful. The burden may be too heavy to carry.
Thank
And
you
when the
for-
time comes for you to talk about it, maybe seek me and we'll have a conversation.
Okay, like I would like that. Do I need to bring anything, like a chicken or something?
His face stays the same. It doesn't move, like like he's trying to completely just ignore what just happened. So there is an awkward silence for about 15 minutes before you're like, okay, I guess leaving.
Just
And
gonna
you start moonwalking away.
slide on out of here.
So as we're leaving
Okay.
and going back to the inn, I say, Ellie, I'm pretty beat, but if you want to have a few sessions before we hit the sack, we can also do that.
I'm the same. I think I'm starting to feel a little better. Still a little woozy, as you can tell. I don't know if it's obvious, but yeah, we can do that and then get some sleep.
So how many hours of training are you guys gonna do?
Just 2.
2 hours. Okay, so you guys two around midnight, you're gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh.
please do add the 2 hours of reading, and then everybody's gonna go to bed. Usama. So as you are sitting with Adabra, like she spent the time from the time you were working with her. It took you from that time up until 1 a.m. You guys were working on him, and as you are seeing, what she's doing, you could see that she actually is sewing him his body, and like putting some mixtures inside before she sews him, but like she put some mixtures inside, to try to keep him, made him smell some herbs, made him drink some form of brews. I need you to make a physician roll. Just a simple physician roll. Just make that. Is it successful or failure?
By 1 point, I think it's a failure. I think 45 is what I.
Okay, so roll a d6.
Yeah.
You gain +4 to your physician stat.
Okay.
Permanently. Your physician stats grows by +4. You sitting with her, seeing her work on him, and use whatever she was doing, and as she's doing that, she's asking you to help her on certain things. You were able to see some of what she's doing and understand what she has been doing, so that's why you gain this bonus to physicians. And by 1 p.m. you feel exhausted, and she tells you that you can, you should go and rest. She's gonna stay next to him. She's gonna rest too, but she's gonna stay next to him.
Do you need me to come back tomorrow?
Yes, when you awake and when you're ready, please come back. I may need your help.
Do you need anything?
No, I think Ernest has been very good to us by providing us with food and drinks.
I would agree. Okay, well, I will take my leave then and go get some rest.
All right, so the team, everybody, so we're gonna close the session now. All right, so that is the end of this, and it closes I think the third act. So we're going to the fourth and final act then.
Oh boy.
Of this campaign.